to do the next lesson. I have my little sign back here so you guys all know that I love and miss you all. In your book, I'm going to move ahead. So I'm skipping 6.5. It's on the coordinate plane and graphing, and we've already done that all throughout the year. So I am moving on to chapter 7.1, writing equations in one variable. So we are moving into the algebra section of our book. I am on page 294, so if you want to follow along, I'll actually be doing notes from about page 296. So if you want to follow along on here. Okay, so get out your notebook and your handy dandy pencil and we'll get started. All right, so before I start this lesson, I just want to go over this real quick. You can add it to your notes if you want or not, it's fine. But do you remember back in first grade when you had problems like this and there was a box, plus 4 equals 8, and you had to figure out what went in the box. So you were figuring out that unknown value. Well, now fast forward to 6th grade in algebra, and all we do is replace that box with a letter. So you could have X or C or Y or M. Any of those letters could go in there. It's the same concept. So you're going to be solving for that unknown value. So here, I hope with your mental math, you can figure out that 4 would go in the box. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Down here, you can do the same thing. So we could actually solve this and figure out that X equals 4 for this equation. So that's what we're going into. I just wanted to go over that real quick before we get started with notes. Okay, so chapter 7.1, it's called writing equations with one variable. Variable meaning we're going to use one letter, and equations are going to be what we're going to be solving. But in this section, we're not solving, so we're just writing the equations based on words. So first you need to know that an equation is a mathematical sentence that uses an equal sign to show two expressions are equal. Remember, you can pause this video anytime you need to if I'm going too fast. So again, equation is a mathematical sentence that uses an equal sign to show two expressions are equal. So what's the difference between an expression and an equation? So these are expressions. They have no equal sign. They do contain a letter or a variable. And then here are your equations. They do include an equal sign. And I just took the same concept here. So x plus 8 is an expression, does not have an equal sign. This is an equation, x plus 8 equals 12. So we have two expressions that are set equal to each other, which is what our definition says. So here's a little hint for you when we're doing this section. You're going to look for words and phrases such as the same as, equals, or the word is. That'll let you know exactly where to place your equal sign when you're writing out the equation. You're also going to need to know what operation to use and what a variable is. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you all that to write down. So a variable is a letter used to represent a quantity. They are written in lowercase letters. You can have any letter really. B, C, X, Y, M. You'll see X and Y a lot. You need to know these words and phrases so you know what operation to use when you're writing these. For adding, words like sum or plus, increased by, or more than. For subtraction, you're going to look at words like minus, fewer than, less than, and decreased by. For multiply, you're going to see times and product. And for divide, you'll see quotient, equal groups of, or divided by, you might see. And remember, in this section, we are not solving the equations, we are just writing them. So here are some examples. You're going to see the direction that states write an equation for the word sentence. So they're going to give you a word sentence and all they want you to do is write an equation from it. So you're looking for those key words. This one says the sum of a number C. I underlined that because that is just just your variable, a number c. And 7 equals 20. Remember, that's your keyword that lets you know where the equal sign goes. So see if you can write an equation for that. And I'm going to show you the answer so you have something to go by for the other ones. So here's the answer. You would have c plus 7 equals 20. That's an equation. That's what I get from here. So the sum tells me I'm adding a number c and 7, that's c plus 7. Equals is where my equal sign goes, and then 20. So that's how you would do that. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple more and see if you can do those on your own, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, here are the answers. For number 1, I did that one with you. We would have c plus 7 equals 20. Number 2 would be p minus 14 equals 8. Number 3 was a little tricky. You have to start with 8 equals. That's where the equal sign is. And then 1/4 of b is just multiplication. The word of means multiplication. So you would just have 1/4 times b there. Number 4 is 10 equals y divided by 6. You could use a division sign like that, or you could write it as a fraction, y divided by 6. And the last one, be careful, it said 12 less than n. So n comes first. You're taking 12 away from n, and that's what I put here, equals 28. So your assignment, if you want to work out of the textbook, you can. It's page 298. Do 6 through 15 all, and then just check your odd number ones in the back of the book to see how you're doing. Or you can go to bigideasmath.com and do the online assignment, chapter 7.1 assignment in there. And remember, you can check your answers up to 2 times on that, just to make sure you're getting some practice. If you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and email me anytime. I'd be glad to help you out. I hope you guys are doing well and you're safe and healthy, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, so the next one I want you to try is this one. A number p decreased by 14 is 8. See if you can write an equation for that one. Next one. 8 is 1/4 of a number b. 8 is 1/4 of a number b. That one does contain a fraction. I know how much you guys love fractions. Next one. 10 is the quotient of a number y and 6. 10 is the quotient of a number y and 6. And the last one. 12 less than a number n equals 28. 12 less than a number n equals 28. And if you need to pause this because you need more time, go ahead and do that now, because I'm going to go through the answers.